Hey there, welcome to Smashing Goals. Today we're going to sit down and delve into an issue that is not only important to me personally, but also crucial for everyone out there. Why you should only buy what you can afford and not what you think you can afford. You might wonder why this topic is so near and dear to me. Well, it's because I have seen the repercussions of straying from this principle firsthand. I've seen people, close friends and relatives, struggle financially because they made purchases that were well beyond their means. They were lured by the allure of possessing the latest gadgets, the newest cars, or the fanciest clothes. But what they didn't realize was that these purchases came with a hefty price tag, not just in monetary terms but also in terms of personal peace and stability. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of consumerism and materialism, to think that we need more. And this has been made all the more easier with the advent of credit cards and online shopping. It seems like with just a click of a button or a swipe of a card, we can have it all. The world is at our fingertips, but at what cost? Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with wanting nice things, spending money. The problem arises when we start living beyond our means, when we start spending money we don't actually have. That's when we begin to see the negative effects: mounting debts, financial stress, and in worst cases, bankruptcy. It's a vicious cycle, one that's hard to break free from, but it's not impossible. One of the first and most important steps towards financial freedom is to understand and accept the reality of our situation, to know exactly how much we can spend without putting ourselves in jeopardy. It's true, I am not a financial advisor. My knowledge and experience stem from my own journey and observations. So, while I share my insights here, I want you to remember to take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's important to do your own research and to consult with professionals when needed. Now let's get down to business. We live in a modern, fast-paced world that often leaves us breathless in its tireless pursuit of the latest trends and shiny new things. As we navigate through digital age, we find ourselves immersed in an environment where it's incredibly easy to get swept up in the current of consumerism and materialism. The allure of the new and the novel can sometimes feel overwhelming, and it's a challenge to remain grounded amidst this whirlwind of constant change. Everywhere we turn, we're bombarded with images of opulence and affluence. Our screens are filled with pictures of our friends and influencers on social media, casually flaunting their latest acquisitions. Fancy cars that glisten under the sun, designer clothes that sophistication and elegance, and luxurious vacations that promise an escape from the mundane routines of everyday life. These displays of wealth can be tantalizing and all too tempting. We see them, and a part of us can't help but feel a pang of envy. We yearn for the glitz and the glamour, for the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that seems to come packaged with these material possessions. We dream of joining them in their sun-soaked beach getaways, of feeling the smooth leather of a luxury car under our fingertips, of wrapping ourselves in the soft fabric of designer wear. But here's the thing we need to remember: these images represent only a fraction of the actual reality. They're carefully curated snapshots meant to project an image of perfection that's often far from the truth. More importantly, just because these individuals can afford such luxuries doesn't mean that we can too. We should never allow ourselves to be drawn into a senseless race, keep up with these unrealistic expectations. It's essential to remember that everyone's financial situation is different, and what may be easily affordable for some might be completely out of reach for others. We must resist the temptation to compare ourselves to others, and instead focus on our own personal journey and financial capabilities. So, let's keep our feet firmly planted on the ground and remember that just because they can afford it, doesn't mean you can too. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of thinking you can afford something just because you have access to credit cards or loans. It's a common pitfall that many individuals, especially young professionals and students, often find themselves entangled in, drawn by the seemingly irresistible allure of instant gratification. Gratification that, unfortunately, comes with a hefty price tag attached. This illusion of affordability, woven by the availability of credit, can be deceptively attractive. The idea that you can own something now and pay for it later seems reasonable enough. After all, why wait when you can indulge right away? This, my friends, is exactly the mindset that credit card companies and loan agencies want you to harbor. They thrive on your impatience and your desire for immediate satisfaction. But let me tell you, it's a dangerous game to play. Imagine walking a tightrope over a pit filled with financial ruin and emotional distress. One misstep, one impulsive purchase, and you may find yourself into that abyss. Sure, you might be able to make the minimum payments for a while. It seems manageable at first, just a little bit every month, but those payments quickly add up, and before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of endless debt. The interest rates on these credit cards and loans are not your friends. They're like invisible chains, holding you and draining your financial resources slowly but surely. And believe me, it's not a temporary situation. Living from paycheck to paycheck, sinking deeper into the quagmire of debt, is a reality many people face every day. The constant pressure, the never-ending worry about making ends meet, it's a living nightmare. That's why it's crucial to understand the real implications of relying on credit. It's not just about immediate gratification, it's about long-term financial health, about making wise decisions that will safeguard your future. It's about acknowledging the fact that real wealth is built over time, not overnight, and it certainly isn't built on borrowed money. Sooner or later, that debt is going to catch up with you. The merciless pursuit of debt is relentless, always lurking in the shadows, waiting for the day when you falter. And when that day comes, the consequences can be devastating. And let me tell you, it's not a pretty sight. Imagine living in constant the phone ringing, knowing that it could be another debt collector on the line. Imagine the stress of opening your mailbox, dreading the pile of unpaid bills you might find. Imagine the burden of carrying around a mountain of debt that you can't seem to shake off, no matter how hard you try. Believe me, that's a reality you don't want to experience. So, my friends, I implore you, be smart with your money. To be smart with your money, there are a few key considerations you need to think about. Foremost, you should always live within your means. This may sound like a simple task, but in reality, it's not always easy. The temptation to splurge, to buy what we desire instead of what we need, is a constant battle. But it is essential for a secure financial future. The next consideration is understanding what you can truly afford. This requires self-awareness and responsibility. Analyze your financial situation honestly. Look at your income, meticulously noting down your monthly. Then, take a step back and examine your expenses, the outflows of your hard-earned money. Scrutinize every cost, every bill, every subscription. A hard look at your financial reality will reveal what you can truly afford. Next, take into account your financial goals. This could be buying a house, retiring comfortably, traveling around the world, or even starting your own business. These goals will help guide your spending decisions, ensuring you prioritize your long-term aspirations over short-term desires. Once your financial goals are clear, it's time to set a budget. This budget will act as a blueprint for your spending. It will determine what you can spend on necessities, wants, and savings. Stick to this budget. It may be tough at first, but over time, following a budget will become second nature. Never forget that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to that expensive dinner. It's okay to say no to that designer handbag. It's okay to say no to things that are beyond your means. In fact, saying no is vital. It teaches us the value of money and the importance of prioritizing our needs over our wants. In conclusion, financial prudence is not restrictive but liberating. It grants over your life, reduces stress, and builds a secure future. Being smart with your money is about making informed choices and taking responsible action. And remember, it's okay to say no to things that are beyond your means. Your future self will thank you for it. Now, I know this might sound a little preachy, but trust me, I've been there. That's right, I've been in your shoes, where every day was a constant struggle between what I wanted and what I should do. Can you picture it? The alluring pull of buying yet another pair of sneakers even though your closet is already overflowing, or that newest gadget despite knowing that it will drain your bank account faster than you can blink. It's a tough battle, isn't it? I've made the mistakes, dear listener. I've felt the sting of regret as I looked at my empty wallet after thoughtlessly splurging on things I didn't really need. I've experienced the anxiety of living paycheck to paycheck, not knowing if I would have enough to pay for essentials. I've spent sleepless nights worrying about my financial future, and I can tell you it's a place no one should have to be. But from those mistakes, I've learned. The true, but learn I did. I discovered the value of budgeting, of understanding the power of saving and the magic of investing. I've come to appreciate the importance of delayed gratification, of the satisfaction that comes from knowing you've planned and prepared for your future. I've discovered that true wealth is not just about having a lot of money, but it's about financial well-being. And now, I'm here to share my wisdom with you. Not to brag or to boast, but to guide you, to help you avoid the pitfalls and the pain that I've gone through. I want to share with you the secrets of being financially responsible, of becoming financially independent, of having the freedom to do what you want when you want. without having to constantly worry about money. So, let's all make a pact. Let's promise each other to be wise with our money, to plan, to save, to invest. Let's agree to not let the allure of immediate gratification get in the way of our long-term security. Let's all make a pact to be financially responsible and not let our desires get the best of us. Before I wrap up, I just want to say a huge thank you for tuning into Smashing Goals. This video was created with an aim to be both informative and entertaining. If you think we succeeded, why not spread the word? Hit that like button, subscribe, and bring your friends into our community by sharing. Have any topics on your mind that you want me to tackle upcoming videos? Your suggestions are always welcome. Just drop a comment below with your ideas. Together, we are not just viewers and creators, but a team marching towards financial independence. Remember, my friends, financial freedom is within your reach. Let's smash those goals together.